In this video, let's take a look at the Cogo multiple points tool. I've opened up a survey that has just one lot in it here, and I want to insert some points along this south property line from 1 to 2. Maybe we've got some construction work that's going on, and we want to put some points out there, and maybe the owner wants to do some measurements for some planning that they're doing. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to right-click point 2 here and choose Edit Traverse. Traverse PC opens up the traverse view that created that boundary. It highlights point 2, the one I right-clicked, and I can simply say Cogo, multiple points right here. So Traverse PC is going to open up the multiple point dialog. Notice that it's already selected the line for me from 1 to 2 because I had highlighted point 2 when I started, and it's already told me how it's going to label the points, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3. I can change this if I want. But the general rule is that Traverse PC takes the last value here, the last number, and increments it if it creates multiple points. So we're going to create these 4 points along this line, and it's going to label these 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and 2-4. So let's just come in here, tell Traverse PC that I want 4 points evenly spaced. Do you notice how the points label turned blue instead of gray? So Traverse PC is holding the number of points, and it's computing everything else. In this case, it's computing the horizontal distance, which is still gray and not blue. So I'm holding the number of points, and I can just say, go ahead and compute. Traverse PC computes points 2-1, 2, 3, or 4, and inserts them on that south boundary line. Now, I'm going to undo that, and let's spend just a little time here talking about how this works. If I want, I can switch from the number of points to a distance. So I'm going to unclick the number of points here, and let's put in a distance. And I can say I want a distance of 50 feet. And if I unclick the points now, it'll tell me at 50 feet, I can fit 5 points in there. So let's go ahead and compute that. And now I have 2-1 through 2-5, each 50 feet apart. Let's undo that. If I want, I can hold both. I can say I want some points 50 feet apart, but I only want 3 of them. Okay, so now Traverse PC is going to insert 3 points 50 feet apart. So I can do an either or both of them if I want. There are options to control the vertical interpolation of the points. And then this is kind of a nice feature here that oftentimes when I've got stationing involved because of an adjacent right-of-way, I might want that first point to start at an even stationing. So I can take the difference. Let's say I want to add 12 here to get to the next even stationing or even 50-foot stationing, whatever that might be. Traverse PC is going to create the first point 12 feet over, and then it's going to add 3 points 50 feet apart. Let's just compute. So this first point, 2-1, is 12 feet over from point 1, and then I've got 1, 2 points in addition to that. So I've got a total of 3 points created. Kind of a flexible way to tie this into adjacent right-of-ways or alignments if I want. And again, I can undo that. So just some real flexible ways to insert any number of points, to use some labeling to increment those automatically, to interpret elevations if I want. And Traverse PC doesn't care if this is a tangent or a curve or a spiral. It'll use the spiral length or arc length or tangent length depending on the type of line that it is.